The reason I called was shortly after our final inspection, we noticed that the trap was leaking under the sink.
Well, let's take a look. What we got here is a PVC trap right here, and the water would leave from the trap and go into the wall and down into the drain. And PVC is glued together. You can't really unsolder it or unthread it. So when we have a leak like this, we have no other choice but to cut it out. All right, climb right in there, Blaine. Now, there's a little bit of water in this trap, so why don't you loosen this plug at the bottom just to get it out, let it drip into the pan. And just crack it gently. Good. Now we're ready to cut. All right, Blaine, that whole assembly's got to come out of there. The best place to cut is right at the base of the Y. You see where I mean?
Yeah.
All right, with the compression not loosened, I can pull the whole assembly right out. Let me show you how this assembly went together. Okay. Here's where the drain from the kitchen sink came down to this point. Here's your leak.
Yeah, that's where I patched it.
Okay. The water came down into this trap, went this way, and went right into the wall.
Okay.
Now the challenge for us is it was all glued together, and there's no way to take it apart. So I needed to find a place to cut it, but there was no straight piece of pipe anywhere. These are all fittings.
Right.
If it was a straight piece of pipe, we could have just put a conventional PVC coupling and glued it.
Right.
So the best place to cut it was right here between this fitting and a fitting that looked like this.
Okay.
All right, so when we cut it, you can see there's a piece of PVC still on this side.
Yep.
But down inside the wall, there's also another remaining piece of PVC pipe right there. We got to get this out of the fitting in the wall, and for that I have a special tool.
Okay.
This is a special cutter head that works into my drill. It has a disc right here that acts as a guide, and that'll go right inside the pipe. And then this cutter head will cut the pipe out without damaging the fitting. It's time to drill. The cutter head shreds the PVC, so I want to remove the debris and keep cutting. Here's the new piece of PVC that's going to connect right into the old fitting. Let me show you how I'm going to connect it to our new trap. The pipe inside the wall is 2-inch diameter. I'm going to add a 2-inch by 1.5-inch reducing coupling to make it smaller.
Why?
Well, the trap you had was just so big. It was 2-inch, which is big enough for a shower stall. The one that we need under a kitchen sink is only 1.5 inch diameter. First connection for us is going to be to glue this into the wall. It's really essential that you clean the pipe and the fitting before you glue it. Hold it for a 3 count. Now with a series of fittings, I've dry fitted them together. It is really a tight little space there. But now when I hold it in place, it's good. So now we can glue the whole thing together. Make up these compression connections and then run some water through it. You will be watertight. All right, now we need to check that those connections are watertight. What I like to do is to fill the bowl, put a paper towel underneath the trap. I'm going to let the stopper go, and you just check for leaks. See if anything drips down the paper towel.
No, bone dry.
Good, as it should be.